So you said your first instrument was the drums.
Yeah.
So tell me about that. Like, what happened?
I wanted a drum set. And my dad was like, I don't know. He's like, okay.
Yeah,
Got me
so
a
you got
drum
your
set.
drum set?
And I remember it was very small because I was smaller.
Yeah.
And I figured out, and I played the same beat every day for like 2 months, you know. I was like, okay.
Right.
And then I started, that's when I started listening to music and playing at the same time. And I started like learning things. And I thought to myself, but how am I going to write and sing? How am I going to do this?
Right.
And of course, there's some drummers that do it well. But I'm not one
that
of them.
many, though.
And definitely, no. And so I kind of dabbled around on piano. I learned piano, and I fiddled around, but I went into the closet and I pulled out my dad's old Hohner guitar, or was it Yamaha? I don't even remember anymore. It was old. And growing up, my dad always used to play these like same, his like repertoire of songs for us. So where is that thing? And he's like, pull it out. And what made me want to do that at all in the beginning was Tea for the Tillerman by Cat Stevens. That record to me is like the best record of all time. Like I just love it. And I remember being a kid, like reading the lyrics on the back of the album, and like listening to him saying like, how, like, Dad, he does this for like, this was his job? He's like, yeah. I'm like, no. He's like, yeah. Like, okay. And so I'm like reading like, all of them, like, Peace Train, whatever. Not all these songs are on Tea for the Tillerman, but I'm saying like on that, like, Longer Boats, whatever, Miles from Nowhere. And I'm like, he's telling a story, and I like would envision it, and I was just like, I want to do this. I want to do this. And once I grabbed that guitar, it was like over, and I would play Beatles songs on the guitar and write my own lyrics to them. Cause I didn't know how to.
Really?
I was like 14. I'd play like
Super cool. Sing me one right now.
Oh God, I don't even know.
What would you write about?
Just anything. Like, I love this girl. Whatever. I wrote songs. They were bad. I'm sure they were. Not all of them were.
But that's like you instinctively said, I could write what I feel, right?
Right,
so,
and then at some point I was like, okay, I can't copy the Beatles, so I can't.
No.
I can't do that, and then write my own stuff,
Right.
So then I was like, all right. So I started learning I learned a lot of the chords through these Beatles, like, play a C chord. So I did, and then I started writing my own stuff, and that's when I was just like, that's it. Like, this is what I want to do. And I started really getting a feel for it, a hang of it, and with the influences like Paul Simon and the Neil Youngs and Chris Christopherson and Jackson Brown, even like anything, like there's just so much good music. My parents had like such a like wide variety of albums in the house. It was insane. And I would just listen to them, and I kind of decided like that singer-songwriter thing is like, that's what I feel good doing. Like I like sitting up there and telling a story with my guitar. Like that's what I like doing. And so like that's what I'm gonna do. So even after high school, it was never like, my parents knew. They knew like that was it. Like there was no like, so what's your back? Like there was no.
Right.
They knew like there's no talking really about a backup plan. Like this is what he's gonna do. Okay.
But you were already playing in bands.
Yeah. But when I was
right.
like, when they were like, what's your plan? I was like, this is it.
Right.
I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
And
So did you ever take lessons?
No.
No.
And it's still kind of embarrassing sometimes when we're in rehearsal and they're like, what are you playing? I'm like, this, or whatever, but that's just my thing. Like, I tried taking a guitar class like years later. I tried taking like in college, my whole, one semester of college.
Yeah.
And stay in school. And they were like, okay, everyone. And I'm just like, I can't do it, because I was trying to get to music theory.
Right.
And I was like, I can't do it. So I'd be, while they were doing that, I'd be like, I just got up and walked out. I couldn't do it, and I wish I probably would have stuck with it, because I would have probably learned more about technique. But in the same sense, I developed my own. So
I think you're doing okay.
Paul Simon was always there for me. So
that's right.